Good morning. It's not morning. It's 8 p.m. Welcome to the USA States Cup B stream. I'm Fiery Rage. This is a match that we're going to be quickly going over, I imagine, at least most people imagine. The reigning champs, New York, facing off against the United States outlying territories, for the most part consisting of people from Guam, Northern Mariana Islands, and Puerto Rico this time around, I believe. Like I said, I'm Fiery Rage, going to be joined by Les. How's it going?
Hello. Very well. Good evening, everyone. It's an honor to be here.
And everyone kind of is going into this, I think, with the general expectation that, New York is going to be pretty comfortable in taking this, taking most of the roster that they had from their championship-winning team last year, and essentially just running it back. Taquito and Pez, the mainstays on the New York roster, OWC players, alongside Hidden Phil, Emerald Ages, Hidden on Osu, and Opixe, alongside Toki. Meanwhile, on the side of territories, Zone Luis, not the Filipino player. Guam, take a wild guess where he's from. Jose Sucks, Poons, Snow, and Thomas. I'm just gonna say Thomas. I don't know if that's actually how you pronounce it, but screw it, it's how I'm pronouncing it.
It is Thomas, yes. I can confirm. But yeah, Hidden on Osu, the newest addition to this New York roster. Maybe looking to put up some good stuff in the early stages. Of course, it is still low SR, so not sure how much that will actually matter. But Territories players, their first foray into the United States Cup, first time actually putting together a team and participating. If I'm correct, I believe maybe we had some other specific territories playing in the past. Maybe there was Puerto Rico, unless I'm remembering incorrectly.
There was a primarily Puerto Rican team. It was still under the category of territories, but most of the signups were from Puerto Rico. This is the first time that I think we've actually seen Northern Mariana Islands and Guam represented, which is honestly kind of cool to see. I didn't really think there'd be that many players from there, but they fielded the team from it, so hey.
Yeah, always fun to see more players from these a little bit more niche regions of the United States. Of course, this is not just the 50 states. We do have some more territory in our nation other than those. So happy to see them participating in our little community here, especially Guam. That is certainly a time zone fiasco there with the scheduling. As you can imagine, it's quite a time difference, especially from compared to New York, where they are +4 all the way on the eastern edge of the United States, and then Guam basically almost in Japan time zone, the UTC +9. I believe they're around +10 or 11 or so, way out there in the Pacific.
Correct.
Yeah. So
slightly
must have been
from Japan.
Yeah, must have been pretty interesting trying to organize this scheduling, but it is a decent hour of the morning for them, just around 11 a.m. or was it maybe it's around noon or maybe 1 p.m. or so, somewhere around there in that ballpark. But I do believe we have a couple of warm-ups to get us started. Not sure when those are gonna be run.
Yes, we have one warm-up map from the territories. They're going to be picking an actual warm-up, unfortunately. Very antithetic to the United States Cup, where everyone just picks whatever the hell warm-up they want. But no, this is an actual warm-up. Four Seasons, you're probably familiar with it if you've played a couple of high-level tournaments. This is a speed-oriented stamina map by C-Mob, very well known in the loved community. We're getting a bit of invite trouble here, but should be getting that settled relatively shortly. We love Bancho.
Of course, all the Bancho issues in tournaments. Very strong love for that. But yeah, territories, they do have... I like the roster. It's difficult to say much when you're up against the face of the defending champions in New York, especially the duo of OWC players in Pez and Taquito. But it is low SR, 6.5. And stranger things have happened on low SR. Not going to say anything's going to happen tonight in this particular matchup, but things do happen, and we kind of have to set the expectations somewhat reasonable, especially with territories fielding a couple 5 digits actually. Snow, a 5-digit around 11k rank, and Thomas also around 11k rank, and simultaneously playing in the 5-digit United States Cup. So also stepping into the big leagues at the same time, seeing what he can do here against some tougher competition.
Unfortunately, for lower seeds, early stage is always a bit of a godsend depending on the pool, and this pool is relatively easy. I mean, it's still hard. 6.5 star average isn't anything to really scoff at, but it's much more manageable for lower seeded teams to get their foothold in something like this, and it's pretty easy to see a couple of upsets, especially we saw, I believe Maryland got upset earlier yesterday as an example. So there is possibility. I'm not imagining that that's gonna happen, but
I mean, certainly with this matchup in particular, yeah. But there definitely are a couple maps in this pool that are more friendly towards the lowest star players. You know, you look at something like the Free Mod 2, we have an American classic of a meme, Jinkala. Very Chinese, funny enough, despite being something that you would definitely expect to see in an American tournament. Because we do like to be a little silly and whimsical at times. Other than that, of course, there's always some hope that, you know, anyone can miss on, as the old saying goes, anyone can miss on 5-star aim. Maybe for open rank tournaments, it's anyone can miss on 6-star aim. And we do have some 6-star aim maps in this pool, notably looking at the Nomad 1, the Hidden 1, I guess kind of even the DT2 even, and a little bit of the DT3. The DT2 being a little bit of a farmier DT pick. And of course also the Free Mod 1, we have some Demetri action going on. Maybe we can see some shit misses on that 4-minute consistency, especially if the New York side goes a little bit aggressive on the mods. But of course it is still New York being New York. Always going to be an uphill battle for the territories. I do think we're going to be getting this warm-up underway shortly, however. We do have the players in the lobby. And it seems like the invite issues have been resolved, if I can get some confirmation on that.
You're the first person I think that I've ever heard call Demetri on that. I don't know if that's actually how you pronounce it. I always thought it was Demetri. But I thought it was Demetri for pronouncing that, but learn something new every day, I suppose.
Yeah, I actually have no idea. I've always just called it Demetri. Or Demetri. Wait. Now I don't even know how I'm pronouncing it. Jesus.
That is my bad.
No, it's okay.
I'll take the blame on that.
It really doesn't matter. I always thought it was. I actually don't. Excuse me. I actually don't know where the artist is from. I just assumed it was like some weird Japanization of the Slavic name Dmitri. So I kind of pronounce it like that.
I mean, they are a heavy metal dojin circle from Japan, so you got that right. I actually think you might be correct. It might be pronounced Dmitri. For all I know, I have no idea, honestly. I've just been rolling with what I know. Yeah. Also, for the people in chat, yes, Bless is currently sick right now, having a pretty bad cough, so I'll have to take up, if necessary, to help him alleviate that. Hopefully it won't come down to that, but nonetheless, first warm-up. As we said, this is kind of just a speed stamina test warm-up, so not really too surprising to see this as a warm-up pick. This is actually one of the most normal warm-up picks I think I've seen in USA States Cup in a while.
Yeah, and we actually putting a little spanner in those normalcy works. We do have Taquito on some easy hidden, having a little fun there. Showing us what is up. No easy hidden to match on the other side. But hopefully the territories can use this as a little measure on just how comfortable they can be on the tapping. They do seem to be quite a mechanics slanted team. A couple of their players are quite new to tournaments, but for the ones who aren't so new, those being Zone Luis, Guam, and Coons. Zone Luis and Guam both being mechanics players, Zone Luis in particular being a pretty solid DT player according to what I've heard. And then the two sort of unknown factors would be Jose and Snow. I did a little bit of digging into their history. They don't actually have any SIP rating at all. They've only played Ramayai and a couple of qualifiers. Specifically, I think it was Snow who played just the so Snow played a little bit of Ramayai and had a couple of DNQs in some tournaments, And then Jose played actually quite a bit of ROM AI with his Puerto Rican brethren, and also played the qualifiers for the 5-digit World Cup this year with his Puerto Rican friends over there down in the rank restricted range. And both of those players do seem to be the hidden players, so just mostly going off that, I'm assuming with the weaker players on the team being the hidden players, this is more of a mechanic slant, and maybe using this warm-up to try and feel out how much wiggle room, how much real estate they can get on the tapping/mechanics-oriented picks.
That was the only warm-up that we have to worry about, so going to be getting into picks and bans here relatively shortly. Who wins the roll? Take your bets now. It is Territories. Congratulations.
Well, that's one win for them tonight.
You take them where you get them.
You do. You definitely do. All right, well, looking at their opposition here, I mean, it's a pretty tall order to try and attack this roster on any real aspect. You know, Taquito and Pez, of course, being able to play anything at this SR, as well as even Emerald Ages. And then if you look at their hidden roster, I mean, you already have Taquito and Emerald Ages, and then your third player is literally named Hidden on Osu. So I don't really think you want to go for some sort of gimmick angle either. I would assume they're going to be aiming for some aim picks, if anything. The tapping mechanics don't look particularly enterprising either. But we do have the rules completed, and therefore the pick and ban order being chosen. It's going to be Zone Louise choosing to pick the ban order. Yes. Oh, right, yes. Choosing to pick the pick order. And they will choose to pick first. Interestingly enough. Normally we'll see teams favor the second pick, of course, to sort of just see how the enemy team wants to pick, but maybe they're looking at the case of a quick 4-0 scenario and they want to get a third pick of their own in that case. But Pez going in for the first ban. And a quick 3-mod 1 ban on the Dementory. So,
building on
mechanics.
Building on what you said, yeah, banning the mechanics pick and the free mod, you could pretty much replace that with any of the mechanics-oriented maps, and it would make sense. Same with the Hidden 2 ban from Territories, not wanting to pick into the Hidden Specialists on New York, especially if what Chad is saying is true. They have one of their Hidden Specialists gone and Juan, so not wanting to, or not Juan, Jose. Wow, that's embarrassing.
See Jose and Guam, it's okay, they're just two players in one.
Yeah, we're gonna most likely be seeing Territories pick into most of the double time pool, I imagine. Maybe a couple no mod ones, what have you in there, as we see immediately a DT1 pick, so good start.
Yep. A little bit of a strange map is this DT1, 200 BPM after a DT is applied. A Brazilian song by a Brazilian mapper, so expect Brazilian players, this is what they're listening to in their free time.
Thanks, Dada.
Yeah, thanks, Dada. Also, yeah, thanks, Dada. This is what he listens to in his free time. Some weird aim. There are some strange 1/3 aspects, if I'm remembering correctly, as well as some alt to this. So it's definitely a very funky pick as DT1s come. If anything, the DT2 of this pool is more of a DT1, and I think it actually was pooled as a custom DT1 in OWC in the past, if I'm remembering that one correctly.
It was a DT2, so DT2 being the correct slot for that. I think, if I'm remembering correctly, that map was a speed map, so that is...
Yes, it is a speed
generally
map.
There. I think this is kind of just the obligatory Dada, whatever, I'm just putting this in here, pick of the pool. Can't really classify it.
More than a softball. Oh, you're referring to DT1? Yeah, this is definitely a Dada pick. As they come.
You cannot classify this man's map pool picks. He does not care, and that is why we like him.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, if it works, it works. And we will see these players in the lobby trying to make something work. The Territories with their first pick, it's going to be Poons, Guam, and Zone Luis For them, Zone Luis and Guam, their two-man mechanics core accompanied by Poons, who is also an AIM player, so probably going to be pretty comfortable on this one. Just a quick look at the map stats. It is going to be just AR-10, so no 10.3 in this pool, actually. But on the flip side of that, it is OD-10, and actually a very short one at clocking in at just a minute and a half of drain time. So blink and you'll miss it. We'll be getting right into the action here.
I am understanding where New York is coming from with getting their players in that would normally not be necessarily playing too much at the higher end. Because I don't think normally you'd be seeing Emerald Ages, especially on this. I guess you could see Emerald Ages on this, but they're definitely a bit risky on the roster pick here. Not having Pez or Taquito in for this, I think, is kind of trolling, and we're kind of seeing that already with Pixay early misses. Not going to matter too much as Zone Luis trades it, but it is going to be a slight favor for territories in the early stages here.
Yeah, I mean, they're having a little bit of fun. It is the round of 32. But overall, the accuracy is actually looking a little bit suspect across the board. Nothing over 97. I think it's actually Guam at the highest there at 96, but unfortunately for him, his teammates are going to go down there, dropping both of their combos on the aim. And that is going to swing things quickly in the favor of New York, already 150k to their name. As 2 FCs and a reverse choke on Opixay are present. Map already almost over, mind you, and that lead is already doubled to 300k, quickly climbing. Still, Emerald Age is going to drop his combo on one of those bigger streams, but it matters not, and yeah, despite the trolling, it looks like New York is going to come out ahead on this first pick.
This is kind of what happens when you have a well-rounded roster. You can pretty much just put anyone in for these early stage map picks and have it make sense for the most part. So, despite the early struggle from Pixay, recovered up very nicely at the end. FC from Toki, who I wasn't really questioning on this. I think Toki was the obvious third man on this.
Yeah.
So, Pixay and Emerald Ages doing what they do. Very good at lower SR end pools. And New York just wanting to prioritize trying to get them in and get their experience up, I imagine.
Yeah, just investing in the future.
Yeah, immediately going for a free mod 2 pick. We've seen a lot of funny mod combinations on this one.
Oh, we certainly have. Even in the showcase, I believe it was, what was it, Gilgamesh Easy Flashlight?
He was taking Easy Flashlight on this in his match, and almost, I think 400k, so that was not almost SS, but he got a 400k, so that was still pretty good. Bat ball with an SS on Easy. I imagine we'll be seeing maybe one Easy from New York on this. I think that might be a possibility.
I mean, maybe you just send the double Easy hidden with Emerald Ages and either Taquito or hidden on Osu. That would be quite interesting. I actually wouldn't be surprised if we saw Emerald Ages on something funnier. Something a little funnier like that than that. But we'll see. I think the Territories is mostly going to be playing this one safe. Probably just a double Hard Rock and then have one of their hidden players. So unfortunately, with Jose being out of the picture at the moment, they are going to have to rely on either Snow or Thomas. Snow not having really any tournament experience to speak of, just a couple of DNQs as I mentioned previously, and then Thomas having a little bit of experience playing in the 5 digits tournament scene in the little sister, or the little sibling of the United States Cup, the 5-digit United States Cup. But no, we will not be seeing them actually. It's going to be Snow, Guam, and Zone Luis. Snow most likely in for the hidden with a double hard rock, and on the other side we do see Taquito in the lobby, one of their big hitters, this time accompanied by Opixay and Emerald Ages. See if we get a funny mod combo from Emerald Ages.
Yeah. Emerald Ages, I think, is the one that's probably going to be doing easy hidden, if anything. I could maybe see Taquito doing it as well. It's easy on this is more of a practice mod than anything else. So if you've played it like once or twice with easy, you kind of know what you're getting into. So pretty much anyone on the New York team, really, even on territories, could be taking easy on this and have it at least make some sense as long as they practiced it. So I wouldn't be horribly surprised to see that. We'll see what the mod combinations here are in a second.
Yeah, I mean, we did see Taquito on the easy hidden in the warm-up, so we could be seeing something funny from them as well, but no,
Zone
it's just
Luis
going to
and
be...
Pixie are
And
playing
Pixel's
a
on
different map.
DT.
We are playing a different map. Yeah, it is Emerald Ages
We are
on
stuck in
the
the
easy.
past.
So, actually pretty straightforward mod combinations. Emerald Ages on the easy, everyone else pretty much what you'd expect. Pixie hidden hard rock, Taquito hidden, Snow hidden, Guam hard rock, and Zone Luis on hidden hard rock. So that score multiplier will not be counted, as far as I know, at the bottom with regards to Emerald Ages easy. His score will be doubled at the end of this.
Well, we are into the thick things, as maybe a little dancing in your seat going on as you enjoy this wonderful song that we have here. How much social credit do you think we're getting for this broadcast?
6.
It's a small amount. Not too bad. I mean, we'll take it. Have you ever been to China?
I have not been anywhere outside of the United States, outside of Germany. So if that answers your question.
All right. Well, maybe someday there will be a day where that 6 social credit you've gained today will come into play. Maybe help you enter the country a little bit more easily and not disappear if you ever do decide to venture out there. But for now, we do have as we've been yapping away, the territories have shown quite an amount of struggles on this map. And yeah, this is just New York doing New York things. Emerald Ages still on that SS, looking to close it out on the easy. And of course, Taquito looking incredibly comfortable on his hidden as well.
Yeah, not really too much to say there. Even without the easy multiplier taken into account, they still won that by almost 1 million. Mostly off the back of Taquito's FC, but Emerald Ages also has his score doubled, so double FC, 2,400,000 roughly for New York on that. Very solid pick for them, as we kind of expected for their first pick. And territories already kind of on the back foot here, lost their first map pick, and New York consolidated that. They're going to need to pull out something to get themselves back into this here.
Yeah, I mean, I think we will just see a continuation of the DT/aim mechanics. Probably something like maybe a DT3 or a Nomad 1. I'm not really super confident on their tapping proficiency, so something like a Nomad 3 or Fremont 3 would be a little bit more up in the air. But the DT2 is pretty farmable even for 5 digits, so I imagine that their 4-digit mechanics players would be quite comfortable on it. It's just a question of, like, you're going up against who you are, and if they just drop a 1x100 FC against you, then there's not much you can do. But it will be the GT2 pick.
This is a 5-digit farm. I'm fucking old.
I mean, these days, yeah, 5 digits can kind of farm this one. I mean, maybe not the kinds of players who are just playing the meta farm maps all day, every day, but the more tournament inclined 5 digits would certainly be able to gain some PP off of this one, I imagine. 6.8 stars, it's just some DT tapping. It's almost like a satellite map, Senya Satellite, just a little different. It's like the cousin of Senya Satellite, you might say. The aim, if I recall correctly, is a little bit awkward, but of course it is Kawari mapping it, so it's not going to get too awkward to ask a question. But yeah, rosters are in the lobby. It looks to be pretty comfortable. Just going to be Poons, Guam, and Zone Luis. And once again, I believe that's the same trio they had for the DT1. And on this other side, it's going to be Toki, Opixay, and Taquito. Taquito going to be stepping in over Emerald Ages. Maybe a little bit of a speed gap for him, although...
Emerald Ages is not a speed player, so that doesn't surprise me in the slightest, honestly.
Yeah, I didn't really have that image of him either. But,
Taquito and Toki in for this makes sense. Pez not being is somewhat surprising, but Pixay I think is at the level where he can still do decently well on these speed picks. So could pretty much go for either or at this point.
Yeah,
so
and
we'll
I think
see how it goes.
Yeah. And there probably is just a little bit of trying to get Pixie some more experience just playing in the tournament. But we are into things now. Starting things off. A1 featuring Shihori, Bamboo Dance, Quadi's Insane. Once again, not going to be high AR despite the DT. There are no high AR picks in this DT pool. The highest being AR10 on the DT1 we saw earlier. And this one sitting at a 9.7. The OD is quite high actually, 9.8, but given the SR and the level of players we have in the lobby, I don't think that's going to trouble them too much. Most of these players probably used to playing the ODs above 10.
First miss from Guam. Yeah. Not traded by anyone on the New York side at the moment. We're not into the first chorus yet, but for the most part, everyone's been holding on pretty strong. Just a couple misaims here and there, which is going to be affecting territories a lot more than it is on New York. Accuracy for Pixie in the gutter. Goodbye.
Yeah, unfortunately the act drops are not going to matter as much as these two combo drops from territories, as just Poons holding on into the second verse. It's already 100k for New York, as they are sort of just doing New York things. Toki and Takedo holding on to the double 99 FCs. A singular 100 dropped by Takedo on that burst we saw just now. But there is no question about which direction this score advantage is going, especially as Guam drops his combo again. The recovery is down.
Yeah, this is looking kind of doomed already. About a third of the map remaining, and not really anything that you can do to counter these two solid DTFCs coming from the players that you'd pretty much expect DTFCs on this one.
Yeah, I mean, territories trying to farm a little PP in lobby, but not working out for them, as they only get one shot. And yeah, not much to say.
That was a crazy miss, Michael. Crazy miss, bro. Proud of you for that one.
Captured live on stream, on camera. Everyone's watching. I hope you feel ashamed of that one. But yeah, this one is just going in the bag for New York. Gonna just cusp the 600k gap and go back under with some more act drops, but yeah.
You want to know the crazy thing?
Boys.
I think
Yes.
Takedo is still gonna outscore Pixie on this with an FC.
Oh my god. Oh, Pixie down at 85% accuracy on the FC. Is that even a B rank still? Surely that's still a B rank. Okay, yeah, that is still a B rank. I think you have to be like 75% or so if you want a C rank FC, or like C rank no misses.
Absolutely disgusting play from Opixie.
But yeah, agreed. 10 times the 100 count of Toki, by the way. Perhaps, looking on the US side, perhaps a little bit of a glimmer of hope for the territories might have been Poons. Barely missing out on closing the FC, but just 95 accuracy. And things are looking pretty doomed for them as we go into New York's next pick. And like, what do you even say at this point?
Ultra vibe pick, I'm going for No Mod 2.
Honestly, that would be a lot of fun. No Mod 2, maybe we could see some funky mod combinations on the free mod 3, but that is also more tapping mechanics, and even if you do take some funny mods on it, I don't think it would be the most interesting of picks.
No Mod 3, boo. That's lame, Pez. I know you're watching the stream, boo. This is a pretty straightforward all-around mechanics pick. This is some streams, aim. Not really much else to say, honestly.
Yep, pretty run-of-the-mill map as they come. It is, once again, a bit on the shorter side, minute 55 seconds, but as we've seen so far, these players on the New York side, not exactly showing a tendency to shit miss, especially when the SR is this low. Like, there's low SR, there's shit missing on low SR, and then there's shit missing when the SR is so low that it's just impossible to shit miss. And I think we're kind of in the territory for some of these players where the SR is so low that it is just impossible to shit miss. Especially when you're looking at the duo of Pez and Taquito, who we're only going to be seeing one of in this map. Just Pez stepping in the lobby for this one, giving some more experience to Opixe. Maybe he's the
I don't know if
Opixe.
I don't know if he needs more experience with mechanics picks, man. After what we've seen, I think we're good. I think we're good off him.
I mean, hey, it's good content.
Pull me in hidden on Osu. Get hidden on Osu in here.
Maybe that's some better content, actually. Yeah, let's get some more fun. We need some more fun roster construction in here. Territory is going to be sticking with their main core of 3 mechanics players in Poon, Zone, Luis, and Guam. It looks like, and we do have the good lucks coming in the chat. We should be seeing the map starting soon. I do have to say, this map is just absolutely hilarious. You can probably tell the vibe of the map from the background. But basically, what the singer is singing is okome, which is rice grains, specifically raw rice grains, like uncooked rice grains in Japanese. And he's just spam saying that word over and over again. It's just a really silly song, especially if you understand what's going on. Just the way he's saying the lyrics just makes me picture a guy who's just so incredibly obsessed with rice in just the weirdest of ways.
Intro done. That's where we see some of the cut streams. See misses from Guam, Zone Luis, and Pixe. Outside of that, everyone holding on strong. Accuracy well in favor of New York at the moment with 2 99s to their name.
Yep, Zone Luis actually looking pretty comfortable with another 99 to match. Unfortunate break in the intersection there, but here we go into a bit of a chorus section. Map not really long enough to call this a Kiai by most definitions, but maybe by some. But
huge
yeah, there's
chain miss from Guam here. Toki
miss.
does trade, but Poons is gone as well. And with Pez holding on with Pixe, I think that's gonna just about do it. 4th in the map remaining, already a 500k score lead. Not really much you can do about that, unfortunately.
Yep, not even the funnier streams catching out anyone on the New York side, and this looks to be another case shut and closed, especially with Zone Luis dropping the FC there on the wide angle aim. It's a little bit of a tragedy for them as they do still hold on to that 99% accuracy. And excuse me, that was not an FC they had missed earlier on in the intro. But yeah, it is a million team score in the favor of New York after it's all said and done.
Early miss from Pixe, recovered nicely once again. Toki, unfortunate, I think miss aim on one of the streams. Outside of that, that's pretty much what you'd expect New York to be doing. Match point for them now. So we get into Territory's last pick.
Yeah, and I suppose with them opting for the pick first, this is the scenario that they had sort of been playing for, you know, getting one last pick in the scenario that they do go down 4-0. They get one more chance on their own territory, if you will. It's going to be the Fremont 3, so more tapping mechanics. And it seems like I was wrong about these players. They're not necessarily aim slanted, but more tapping slanted in their choice of mechanics. Not going to be a Nomad 1, not going to be a hidden one either. That being another aim pick, although probably a little bit less favored than the Nomad 1, given that it is hidden, and you do have some pretty good hidden players on the side of New York.
Some fresh Taiko no Tatsujin jams here. Kita Saitama 2000. This is
I do hear they have some pretty interesting stuff going on over there.
Yeah, this is a well, stamina map and Tycho, but as for this, I think it's more burst heavy than anything.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at the BPM, it is 222 at 6.5 stars before mods, so I think there is room for some stamina, some longer streams at this BPM. It really depends on just how spaced out the notes are. You could really go either way, burst heavy or stamina heavy with these stats. I think it was leaning slightly heavier on the stamina side, however, when I did a quick playthrough. But we do have the rosters in the lobby for the most part. It's going to be, once again, Poon, Guam, and Zone Luis. No real changes. I believe they've just been perma-lobbying the entire match so far.
Oh my god, they're deadass actually going to put Emerald Ages in.
Oh my god, Emerald Age's speed. Asking for the easy hidden flashlight from
if you want to see a train wreck live on stream, you've tuned into the perfect place. So do not bother watching the person above you on New York. It is a 2v3 at the moment.
Right.
It's okay. I can't even make fun of Emerald. I can't play this. I have literally no right to flame him at all. I can't even flame him.
Thinking back to a certain ADS Division 2 placement with that one, yeah.
Absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, well, we are getting into things. Territories, perhaps their final wager in an attempt to put a dent in the defending champions of the United States Cup. Zone Luis, once again, opting for the hidden hard rock. I believe they had the same on the free mod too. Interesting enough, also matched by Opixe, who had the same. But yeah, we're going to be ignoring the upper row for New York for now and mostly focusing our attention on Opixe and Taquito here.
You say that, but he's kind of popping off right now.
I mean, yeah, he is kind of. Maybe this is enough for him to...
Okay, his accuracy is taking a bit of a tank now, but he was holding his own there for a bit.
Yeah, I mean, he's pulling the combo.
Yeah, miss for Zone Luis is the only real difference here at the moment, and there goes Emerald Aegis finally. But will be a very, very, very slight advantage for territories. They about have a third of the map remaining. This is the closest map they've had so far, and we'll see if they can hopefully capitalize on this. Yeah,
and that score lead does flip over to them, especially just the Emerald Aegis break coming a lot later than that of Zone Luis, only missing at the very beginning of the intro, and they can keep holding on, then this lead is climbing quite a bit, almost at 100k already, but no, there goes Guam and missing him on the triangles. And I think that might be the end. Hold on, I don't know if there's enough time.
Oh no, Zone Luis missed too! There wouldn't have actually been, there would not have been enough time if Guam was the only miss, actually, but just like that with Zone Luis missing, it just immediately skyrockets. Over to the New York side, double FC from Opixe and Taquito. Very solid accuracy from Taquito on the hard rock, only 400s. Pixe trying his best. You got outact by Emerald Aegis. Try again, buddy.
Yeah, better luck next time. And better luck next time for the territories as well, or perhaps better luck in the lower bracket, as that is where they will be headed next week, is New York. Solid start to their bid for a repeat victory in the United States Cup 2026. As they take a swift 5-0 over territories.
They said they were going to be playing TB, but I believe we're not going to be able to stream that. We have some, I think we have another match going on later, if I'm remembering correctly.
Checking the sheet, and I believe this is our last match of the night. As Carolina versus Illinois has also just finished on the A stream.
Okay, well. We got nothing
so maybe
better to do.
We'll see the tiebreaker.
We got nothing better to do, might as well. If they decide to do it.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Keep an eye on that chat. It looks like Territories is just perusing if they want to. Now, question, you said you can't play the free mod 3 anymore. How about this TB?
I've never even played this tiebreaker, so your guess is as good as mine.
Alright. I mean, it's not really a lot of tapping on it. It's 6.5 stars, aim consistency. I feel like you could, I feel like you got
Buddy, if this has one single 190 BPM stream above 8 notes, I'm not playing it.
Alright. Fortunately, we do get to listen to this banger of a song. It's going to be Aimi, Tsuyoku no Kakera. I believe the vocals are by Aitsuki Nakuru as well, Osu's idol. I know all of you in chat love Aitsuki Nakuru. You can't deny it.
This was 2018, maybe. I don't think Nakuru's been relevant for like over 9 years of mapping at this point.
I mean, you do have a point. Everyone these days is just listening to the Nightcore cut versions of whatever English pop song is the flavor of the week, or TikTok song is the flavor of the week. But yeah, it looks like Territories is agreeing to play the tiebreaker.
So strictly speaking, this is just a for fun show match. This isn't actually going to be counting towards anything in the stats or whatever. This is just, they want to play it for fun, and they're going to be playing it for fun. New York already has won, so if you're here for the match, oops.
You missed it. Blink, and it's over. But yeah, it does look like we're finally loading in. Unfortunately, not seeing any funny mods, at least on our main screen.
Pez Hard Rock is kind of funny, especially for a tiebreaker. You wouldn't see that normally if you're playing this in a tiebreaker setting. Hard Rock quite literally is just a disadvantage to you and nothing else. Like, at least with Hidden, you can kind of have the argument that, oh, he reads better with Hidden and whatnot, but you're literally just putting yourself at a disadvantage with Hard Rock.
Yeah. Especially with the kind of maps that you see in Tiebreaker. I know there's some maps where it really is potentially helpful to have the Hard Rock just to decrease the density, and especially if the increased circle size doesn't matter that much.
All right, so we got a star-studded lineup here. We got Emerald Ages on the Hidden, who can't necessarily play mechanics all that well. We got Pez on the Hard Rock, resident Hard Rock aim player. We got Pixay on the No Mod, not even giving a single shit about anything. Has his offset tuned to plus 100. He's ready to game. He's ready to see exactly how many 100s he can get out of the total number of notes in the map. Keep an eye on that in your left-hand corner.
Yep, and Territories, a little bit less fun mod choices from them. We might actually have some players playing off-screen, as the ref did offer to expand the slots in the lobby. But unfortunately, we will not be seeing what they're doing, so even if they do have some funnier mods hiding in the back rooms, we won't be able to see them. Should have stepped into the limelight if you wanted to show them off. But yeah, even if Aitsuki Nakura has been falling out of relevance in mapping these days, still a very good song for us to enjoy for the next 4 minutes or so as we sort of sit here.
I think Pixay just managed to make a Bancho slider break happen on something that was like not even slider breakable. I don't even know how you managed that.
What?
That's actually incredible. Emerald Age is also certified miss on literal nothing. Congratulations, it is now Pez versus the world.
I mean, it's Pez versus the world, but Pez seems to be winning and the world seems to be losing at the moment. 99 FC for him, showing off some of his mechanics. But
and he's gone.
Yeah, oh, there we go. Yeah, we have some interesting things happening in the bottom left here with Opixay. That's for sure. He did clock a solid D rank at the break, as we saw, just under 50% AC. He has risen above 50% at the moment, so hopefully he can find his way back down there. But he keeps on finding these 300s, man. I don't know. He's I don't think he's trying hard enough.
He's hitting that stream perfectly. Like, come
oh,
on,
there we
man.
go. There we go.
Yeah. He needs to start actually hitting things early. Like, put on the offset, bro. It's not that hard. Just hit the plus button.
And he seems to be hitting early, so I think that would be... Oh yeah, that would be the plus button, yeah. Offset is hard. Don't do math on stream, kids. Never do math live on stream.
See, I know this because I always use those functions because I'm an idiot.
Alright, well, we are slowly approaching the final chorus of the song. Pixay climbing up to almost 60% accuracy now. He has been struggling as the map goes on.
Bro decided to lock in because he realized he can actually FC the map. That'd be fair enough, I guess.
I mean, but do you not want to see a 40% FC on this?
I want to see him top score the lobby, and I don't even think that's possible.
I mean, maybe if he SS's the rest of the map. I mean, he does have to bring back a 100k score over Pez, though. The Pez doesn't have any combo, so I mean, there's a chance. But I think he's sort of given up on going for the sub 50% accuracy at this point. Still gonna try and keep the accuracy low, though. And we'll just see how low he can keep it. Alright, he has crossed the 60% mark, unfortunately. So not quite the meme we would have liked to see earlier on in the map. But still a pretty good one.
Still going for the FC, though.
That he is. And I think he might actually... He's getting pretty close to beating Peasant Emerald Ages here. 400k. I think if he FCs the rest, he has enough. I think there's enough map for him to top score the lobby with a 60% FC. Yeah, and he's gonna overtake Takito right there, and especially with Emerald Ages breaking, yeah. Well, I mean, we'll have to see.
What are we doing, bro?
Oh my god.
What are we doing?
And there it is. The 61%, I believe. Yeah, 61% D-rank FC to top score the lobby. Hats off to you, Pixay. You've done it. You've created the best meme so far.
Pez, you need to retire, buddy. I'm sorry. That's just embarrassing. That does it for this match, though. New York going to be progressing in the winner's bracket. Kind of an expected result for, I think, most of everybody. Territories will still have a chance in the loser's bracket, and they did put up a pretty decent performance on Free Mod 3, so definitely a team to watch out for on those speed-oriented burst picks, I think.
Yeah, they did seem to be picking heavily into those picks throughout the match. So we'll see what they can do against some slightly weaker opposition in the round of 16. But for now, I believe that will be all for us. Thank you very much for having me, Fire Rage. It's been an honor.
I know. Thank you guys for tuning in as well. See you guys tomorrow for more matches. That does it for us today.
Yep, see you tomorrow.